40 to 1 against the rags for this Waldenberg.
Break out of the gate for the Gimcrack. Prince Deja began pretty well on the extreme right, Twilight Blues with the white face. Waldenberg in the maroon and white of Sheikh Mohammed. Mr. Cosme on the left is showing good speed in the orange sleeves, with Rock of Gibraltar on the near side rail in his slipstream, and Anna Warhan is also close up. They're followed in behind runners then by Sadad in the blue and white jacket, pulling quite hard. Kulachi and Ho Choi towards the rear, racing through the first quarter mile or so, and Twilight Blues, Anna Warhan with Mr. Cosme on the near side, and Rock of Gibraltar holding his position the fence. Waldenberg maybe just a bit short of room now, has switched to follow Rock of Gibraltar. Frankie gets to work. Meanwhile, Twilight Blues still going on strongly. Rock of Gibraltar on the near side. Prince Deja on the extreme right. Sadad is coming with a run too. A furlong and a half left to go, and it's Rock of Gibraltar just hanging slightly off the fence. Sadad down the centre, then Twilight Blues. Waldenberg is struggling to quicken. The nose-banded Ho Choi running on, but it could be another for Ballydoyle here, because Rock of Gibraltar is proving very hard to pass, and in fact he's roaring right away like a smart 2-year-old. Rock of Gibraltar wins the Gimcrack. Ho Choi a big run for second, then Twilight Blues and Waldenberg, Sadad, Anna Warhan, Kulachi, Prince Deja and Mr. Cosme eventually faded to finish last. Rock of Gibraltar, the 11 to 4 winner of this Scottish Equitable Gimcrack Stakes, in the colours of Sir Alex Ferguson, who recently bought into this son of Dane.
6 to 1 Shah Jahan, 25 to 1 Parasol, and 200 to 1 Prince Tulin. The most firms have got 100 to 1 against it.
Jump away for the Darley Dewhurst Stakes. Tendolka just a little bit slow out of the gate, restrained early on. Shah Jahan, one of the O'Brien four, bounds into an early lead from Rock of Gibraltar, is pulling quite hard in the red and white jacket, comfy on the right. Towards the left is Prince Tulin in a red jacket, followed in yellow by Parasol, and then Lanzier from Where or When out the back with Tendolka. Through the first furlong and a half, Shah Jahan and Prince Tulin up front. Rock of Gibraltar hasn't settled at all in third place, throwing his head around under Mick Cannan, taking a fierce grip. Parasol out wide, comfy on the fence, then Lanzier, Where or When and Tendolka is last of the 8. Down to the halfway stage, Shah Jahan on the near side still with Prince Tulin, the two outsiders, the big guns in their wake. Rock of Gibraltar out wide, Parasol, then Comfy with Lanzier, Where or When and Tendolka just nudged along now in last place. They head for the final quarter mile, and still Shah Jahan, but now Lanzier unleashing a run on the outside. Parasol in the yellow. Rock of Gibraltar just a bit held up, a bit squeezed for room at the moment. He's going to have to find a way through. Mick Cannan having to sit and suffer there, and meanwhile Lanzier is making the best of his way home into the dip. A furlong to go. Lanzier, Rock of Gibraltar now into the clear in the red and white jacket, trying to reel back his stablemate. Where or When is next, out wide. Tendolka, Rock of Gibraltar cutting down Lanzier. Rock of Gibraltar from Lanzier. Tendolka flying. Lanzier fights back. Bobber very close for the Dewhurst, with Lanzier on the near side of Rock of Gibraltar and Tendolka. A 1-2-3 for O'Brien, but who's won it? It's very close indeed. Lanzier was rallying in the last few strides on the near side. Rock of Gibraltar certainly went ahead up. He did extremely well to get out of trouble, and here we'll have to bring the line in. It could be Lanzier, but we await the verdict of the judge here. Tendolka third, that's for sure. He picked up very well indeed in the closing stages. Tendolka having got momentarily outpaced. Where or When a big run in fourth. Comfy next, then Parasol and Shah Jahan. What a finish to the season's top 2-year-old race, and another triumph for O'Brien's team.
Win was £1.60. Rock of Gibraltar places 110.
100 to 1. Ho Choi, Parasol, Sholokov and Steenberg. And away they go over the Rolly Mile. A cheer from the crowd. Rapscallion out pretty well. Sweet Band in the centre. Fast away was Coshocton in the centre with the white face, probably the overall leader. They're splitting into two groups and making for the possibly the faster ground on the far side is Red back with Twilight Blues over there as well. Zipping and Sweet Band and Rock of Gibraltar all over there. Towards the centre is Coshocton with Sholokov as they race in three groups now in their Sagitta 2000 Guineas. Down towards the final five on the near side, the stand side group. Nahif leads the way to Bragadino, then Rapscallion and also Mesha here. Hawkwing is covered up. He's in the right-hand group as we look down on them. Meanwhile, over on that far side, Redback is the overall leader there, with Sholokov in the pink cap. Also right there, Parasol and Twilight Blues is chasing them from Sweet Band, and then Rock of Gibraltar not far off them from Zipping, and behind these then races behind runners is Rapscallion. Down towards the final 2.5 furlongs or so now in the Saturday 2000 Guineas. Two distinct groups. King of Happiness has come through on the stand side group for Kieran Fallon, chased then by Hawkwing, who's going very well under Jamie Spencer. A Ram in a yellow jacket, and also Nahif Hard-ridden. Meanwhile on the far side, Redback is chased hard by Rock of Gibraltar, and Rock of Gibraltar and Johnny Murtagh come to take over on the far side of Redback. Meanwhile Hawkwing has scooted clear on the near side. Who's in the best place? Rock of Gibraltar on the far side in front. Hawkwing is this explosive run on the near side, but Rock of Gibraltar has won it from Hawkwing. Then Redback in third, Zipping in fourth, and they trail back to Tendolka and Rapscallion, and finally Sweet Band, Rock of Gibraltar, and a little bit of a carve up here because the ground on the far side possibly a little bit quicker, and Hawkwing, like a very good horse, has finished a long way clear of his rivals on possibly the worst side of the course. Rock of Gibraltar has got home by, it looks to be a neck or half a length from Hawkwing. Redback on that far side again, made a lot of the running over there, looks to have finished third, and it's close for fourth between Zipping and Twilight Blues. Zipping in fourth, Twilight Blues, a Ram second back on the near side, eventually finishing up near the centre of the track, ahead of Compton Dragon in the orange, then Masolani for France, King of Happiness, and then behind those on the far side, Steenberg again, the result coming through.
Dean.
Rock of Gibraltar.
Second, number 5. Third, number 14.
A jubilant Johnny Murtagh.
Fourth, number 22. Fifth, number 20. And sixth, number 1.
Johnny Murtagh riding in the colours of Sir Alex Ferguson.
So a 14-to-1 chance with 20 Della Francesca, and Nostradamus at a pony 25-to-1.
Oh, in the Irish 2000 Guineas, Nostradamus is well away and is the early leader. Della Francesca towards the left, and they're coming up the centre of the track at this stage, but the crucial point will be when they reach the elbow, see which direction they'll take. Nostradamus from Asanabad in second, then Century City in the dark blue colours. Della Francesca towards the left with Foreign Accent, the big noseband. Rock of Gibraltar held up towards the back of the field alongside Sights on Goal as they race towards the elbow now. And they're sticking to the far side with Nostradamus in front from Asanabad, the green, in second. Della Francesca is third. Now they're racing up the centre of the track and actually beginning to make their way over towards the stand side. It looked for a few strides there as if they're going to stay on the far rail, but they're on the stand side now with Nostradamus. Paul Scallon's cap is blown away in the breeze. Asanabad is in the green. Century City just behind them. Tracking Asanabad is Foreign Accent, then Della Francesca, and Rock of Gibraltar held up at the back of the field last at this stage as they race past the 3 furlong marker. Nostradamus the leader, being followed by Asanabad. Century City towards the rail, then Foreign Accent and Della Francesca, then Sights on Gold, and Rock of Gibraltar remains the back marker, but they're tightly packed as they come towards the 2 furlong pole. Nostradamus the leader, Asanabad, Century City on the stand rail, and Rock of Gibraltar in behind them and looking for a gap as they race towards the final furlong. At Century City the leader from Asanabad. Rock of Gibraltar's got through now. Della Francesca out in the centre of the course. It's Century City, Rock of Gibraltar cruising up to him, and Della Francesca down the outside, and Rock of Gibraltar sweeps past Century City, not doing an awful lot and not being asked to do so as he goes to the line. A very easy winner by a length and a half. Rock of Gibraltar completes the double. Second to Century City, 3 Della Francesca, 1, 2, 3 for Aidan O'Brien yet again. Close enough for fourth between Foreign Accent and Asanabad, and then we had Nostradamus and Sights on Goal.
Pretty good even break too. The rank outsider Camp Commander was one of the first away. Sahara Desert right there in the centre began well from DuPont, and King of Happiness taking up a prominent position over on the far side from Lancia. Bowman has got a good posse about 5th on the rail. Out deeper on the track a Ram with Camp Commander on his outside. Rock of Gibraltar settled second last, and 2 lengths last of all then is Where or When. It's Sahara Desert who shows the way up the side of the course. A fair pace, leads by a length and a half to Lancia. King of Happiness inclined trying to just take a tug on the inside. Out deeper on the track is Camp Commander, followed then back in the field by DuPont and a Ram. Bowman shuffled back on the inside of Rock of Gibraltar, and they've kicked away as they race up now towards the entrance to the home straight. Where or When is a long last. It's Sahara Desert who slowed them a little bit in front, leads by a length and a half here to Lancia. Now starting to move up on the outside is DuPont at this stage to apply a bit of pressure. Camp Commander behind them. In behind is King of Happiness, Rock of Gibraltar, now starting to improve his position. A Ram back in the field. Bowman giving them a big start, and 2 lengths last of all then is Where or When. They turn the corner now in the St James's Palace Stakes, and on the outside DuPont has raced up now to take a narrow lead from Sahara Desert. Lancia produced from King of Happiness. Here's Rock of Gibraltar on the outside from Camp Commander, and Bowman in behind horses, but at the furlong Canaan says go on Rock of Gibraltar. Have a look at this. Rock of Gibraltar on the outside, ranges up, grabs the lead, it's all over. Rock of Gibraltar careering away. He's gone 2 lengths in front of the stablemate Lancia, and Rock of Gibraltar makes it 5 Group 1 wins in a row. What a win to the St James's Palace. Beats Lancia. Tight third, a Ram just ahead of DuPont, then Where or When, followed by Bowman, Sahara Desert, King of Happiness and Camp Commander. 5 Group 1s in succession. That equals the feat of Giant's Causeway, who of course did it in his 3-year-old season. This horse has done it 2 to 3, but what a magnificent performance. He's just absolutely killed them here. Crossed the line in front of Lancia. Looks like a Ram gets up for third, just ahead of DuPont. Then Where or When, Bowman, Sahara Desert, King of Happiness and Camp Commander at long last. But Mick Canaan rode the most confident of races on Rock of Gibraltar, who's owned by Sir Alex Ferguson and Mrs. Sue Magna, trained by Aidan O'Brien and ridden by Mick Canaan. And he drifted in the betting, and if you fancied him today, you could have got a real good price in the ring. Well, Angus will give us more details later. Second, number 6, Lancia. Under orders, and they're racing. Rock of Gibraltar just drops in behind early. Sahara Desert going on the outside, kicks 2 lengths in front and will do the pacemaking role here. From in second, Novair, the big white face, another white face, Real Buddy just behind them in third, followed by a Rock of Gibraltar, and at the rear of the field is No Excuse Needed. But setting a good gallop here, Sahara Desert. Spread Eagles the field, leads by 5 to Novair, sitting a quiet second. Real Buddy moving up on his outside. 4 lengths further back, Rock of Gibraltar, and 3 away then is No Excuse Needed, as they sort themselves out now and about to run downhill. And the leader here still Sahara Desert, but Real Buddy going out after him now as they swing that corner at the 5. In behind them, Novair enjoying a perfect set. 2 lengths away then is Rock of Gibraltar, spotting the leader, his pacemaker, about 6 lengths, maybe 7, and No Excuse Needed at the tail of the field. Racing into the home straight in the Sussex Stakes, and on the far side it's Sahara Desert, about to be collared now by Real Buddy. 4 lengths away, Novair. 2 lengths further back, Rock of Gibraltar. Canaan looking behind. 4 No Excuse Needed, and Johnny Murdis now starting to get to work on that one. Inside the 2.5 point, Real Buddy kicks for home now from Sahara Desert. In behind them, Novair. He's absolutely cantering Rock of Gibraltar, hasn't gone for him yet. No Excuse Needed shaken up on his outside. This might be a repeat of the Curragh, the 2,000 guineas winner there. It's Real Buddy on the far side being tackled by Novair. Now Canaan says go on Rock of Gibraltar. This is a machine. It's walking away with this. Rock of Gibraltar goes on to win the Sussex Stakes in a canter.
Et maintenant à son monde, il y aura 1600 mètres à parcourir. C'est un groupe 1, le prix Nedjet de Moulin de Longchamp, avec un bon départ de Proud Wing. C'est la casaque jaune et rouge associée à Utah Katake qui est plutôt côté corde, alors que le leader Sahara Desert se porte bien entendu maintenant en tête avec Banksil qui galope en 3e position plutôt à l'extérieur, suivi par Go Summer par Execute, avec Rock of Gibraltar qui est pour l'heure à l'arrière-garde. C'est la casaque rouge suivi par Bowman et Olivier Placet. Encore 1200 mètres de course avec Sahara Desert qui mène à allure très régulière. Il compte maintenant une dizaine de longueurs sur le peloton qui est emmené par Proud Wings. 3e position pour la lauréate du prix Jacques Lemarois, c'est Banksil. 4e position pour Gossamer, et en 4e position on vient ensuite avec Rock of Gibraltar. Execute est dirigé du côté de Sahara Desert associé à Paul Scalan. 2e position pour toujours cette casaque rouge et jaune, celle Proud Wings. 3e position à l'extérieur. On vient avec ce cadre vert, c'est de Banks Hill avec toujours Gossamer qui est bien calé à la corde. Rock of Gibraltar galope très librement, il est en 5e position devant Execute et toujours Bowman qui ferme la marche. On rentre maintenant dans la dernière ligne droite, encore 500 mètres de course avec Sarah Desert qui a encore l'avantage. Proud Wings qui vient en 2e position avec Banks Hill qui porte maintenant son attaque en pleine piste alors que Rock of Gibraltar vient semble-t-il assez facilement à l'extérieur accompagné par Bowman, Gossamer et Execute. 300 mètres du poteau, c'est maintenant la grande championne Banks Hill qui prend l'avantage. Mais Rock of Gibraltar vient très fort tout à l'extérieur. Rock of Gibraltar, Banks Hill, un duel extraordinaire. Rock of Gibraltar qui va s'imposer pour la 7e fois consécutive dans les épreuves de groupe 1. Rock of Gibraltar s'impose.
Ready for the start here. And they're off. Beat Hollow and Forbidden Apple, they break well together. And from the middle of the pack, there goes Boston Common, who's the quickest of them all as they hit that first turn. Boston Common outruns them into the turn. Forbidden Apple right there, running along in second. And Good Journey has come out well. He's right up there and on the pace, running in third. Del Mar Show is racing fourth. Landseer, 3 wide from 5th position. Beat Hollow shuffled back into 6th. Nuclear Debate far outside, 7th. Touch of the Blues right there in mid-pack, surrounded by horses, and he's now 8th. And then it's Dome Driver who rides the rails in 9th position, followed by Medicis who's now 10th. The Irish filly, Dress the Thrill, is racing 11th. And then it's Green Fee, followed by Aldebaran. Rock of Gibraltar is last. Rock of Gibraltar is dead last as they continue down the backstretch run. The first quarter at 23 and 4/5 seconds. A soft half here over the soft going, 48 and 3. Moving for the far turn. Boston coming under attack now by Good Journeys. They move into the far turn. Del Mar Show is on the move. Now third on the outside. Landseer is only 2 lengths from the lead, and he's in clear striking position. Beat Hollow. Forbidden Apple is buried down toward the inside. In the meantime, Rock of Gibraltar is languishing in 13th position as the field turns for home. A wild finisher, Landseer. Landseer almost goes down and took out Nuclear Debate. They're coming into the final furlong. Good Journey, Del Mar Show. Forbidden Apple is right there. Dome Driver slicing his way through in between horses, and here comes the Rock, and the Rock is rolling late. They're coming down to the finish. Dome Driver, yes, Dome Driver. Dome Driver doing it for France. Rock of Gibraltar too far behind to do any good in the late going. So it was Dome Driver the winner. Rock of Gibraltar charging hard at the end, but came up second best. Good Journey, who did have a good journey, wound up third.